Welcome, everybody, to the 8th episode of Speaking of Stadia. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron, and as with me always is my favorite John Krasinski on the internet, Too Tall Porter himself, Jacob. Jacob, how are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry I made you redo this intro. This is the third time we started this because I'm just
No
dumb and
worries.
overthinking it because it's our first time on video and I want it to be perfect.
Looking good.
Yeah. So
That's why you didn't wear a hat this week, right? Because
oh yeah,
video
gosh.
this time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is my freaking quarantine haircut, so take with.
It's looking good.
I mean, I think hairdressers are open now. Or barbers are open now, but I'm still just gonna cut my own hair for a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm bald and can't really grow hair, so I have my quarantine hair, which is the longest hair I've had in 2 years, and it shows exactly why I shave my head typically. So I will be wearing a hat on every single video, and that is just how it is.
Yeah. I was working on an actual logo thing for us, and I was doing like pixel art, and it was like our profiles and pixel art. And I did have you have a hat on because like every picture I've seen of you, it's just you with a hat on. So
that is what I wear. Yep, it is a daily occurrence. I am lucky enough to work in a job, even when I'm client facing. Like I wear a hat 90% of my life.
Is it? Do you wear the same hat, or do you wear like a nicer business hat?
Pretty much. I have like 3 baseball caps that I rotate between, and that's about it.
Nice.
And then about once every year and a half, I get like 3 new baseball caps, and then that's it for the next year and a half. So
nice.
We'll see.
Sweet.
What have you been playing lately on the old Stadias?
I've been playing a bunch. I'm actually gonna hand it back over to you because I want you to. I feel like I always start off and I feel like I just talk forever, and I want you to talk forever first, and then let me talk forever.
Hey, I have been playing more Wave Break.
Awesome.
Which I've been really enjoying. Me and my kid like to pass that one back and forth and do the 2-minute runs in story mode. He's slowly figuring it out, but
it's tough.
The learning curve on that game is just hard. Yeah, like I am excited to play Tony Hawk and remember when I was good at video games in September. But we've been doing a lot of that, and then I did play some of Creta, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That game has potential, and we can get into our first impressions right after we kind of talk about what we've been playing. And then finally made a character on ESO, so I'll be playing a little bit more of that.
Yeah, you were saying you wanted to try it out ESO, so that's good.
Yeah. What about you? What have you been diving into?
I mean, I've obviously, I'll say the developers at Functronic Games gave me a code for Wave Break, which was great of them. I've been playing a bit of that.
Feel legit.
Yes, it does. It makes me feel real good.
Code. Game provided by Stadia. Hashtag.
Yes. So that was nice. I'm playing a lot of that. I actually played a bunch of that today. Also jumped into Creta a bit the first day, and then didn't really until today.
Okay.
Try some different modes. Some actually some user created ones as well, which was nice.
Oh, nice. See.
And then jumped in really quickly to the very beginning of Monster Boy.
Oh, nice.
And
I mean, how have you been enjoying Monster Boy?
I mean, very basic. I played actually on my phone with touchscreen, just because I was playing it real quick. And I think it's, cool intro to the story, like the world that they're bringing you to. Obviously, it's like I think this is a sequel, so it has a little bit of like, I have no idea who this character is. You're saying is your uncle, but it was. I like the art style of the gameplay is what I expected to be, like an action platform, like just a little platform with some action.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's gonna be more Metroidvania style or not. I don't think so, but yeah, I'm excited to see where that goes. That's probably the next game I'll really play and try to play through, like straight through. That Metro, I think the ones I'm gonna really work through. The other ones, I mean, and I was still working through Wave Break here and there.
Sure.
Like the more story driven, I should say more story driven games. Those are the two I'll probably stick with.
Nice.
Awesome. I jumped into Metro a little bit more and Ember, but nothing else to really talk about with those. Same.
Cool.
I mean, enjoying Metro, and I think it plays well overall. And Ember is still what I expected it to be, and it's not bad.
Nice. Before we go into our first news story, I'd like to actually talk about our initial impressions of Creta and kind of what you think of the game modes that you've been playing and kind of our thoughts in general. So yeah, what do you think so far of this game that is technically a timed exclusive to Stadia and it's
Yeah.
in early access?
I feel like the early access is going to be Stadia, and then when it goes live, it's going to be everywhere else.
Everywhere.
That's
What do
my
you think?
assumption. But
What has your time with it been so far?
So I jumped in and did the what was it? What's the main? Not the main one, but the one they were prop hunt. So I did that the first day, and it was like really cool because it was really populated, and there's tons of people playing it, and it was goofy. And it was a really good. I played the prop hunt game style games before on Call of Duty. It has a game mode that they rotated in.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, so that was I've played prop hunt too, and it does it well. Honestly, I think it feels like it feels like a product that game, especially that game mode, which was nice. It's I actually got to play as a hunter today, and that was interesting. It's interesting because like it makes you when you shoot, it makes you freeze for like a half second before you can move again. It's just kind of interesting. I guess it gives the props a chance to run away, I guess, or get behind something. It makes sense. It's interesting. I realized that was the thing. That was as the prop. I never realized that.
I've not been a hunter yet. I've only been props.
Well, I want to get this is kind of brain lead on this a little bit. The one thing with the game is some of the game modes. You have all these game modes that are all multiplayer based,
right? And
the problem is if you have tons of people creating multiplayer games and you jump in a game, there's no one else to play with, then it's a weird experience. Right. When it does go to the platforms, I really do hope it's cross-platform. I think well, just for the game in general is going to need it. It's going to
for the audience alone.
Population Agreed. In general is important for a game like this. Such a game creation thing. Something like Dreams is on how many million PlayStations, and it's all they can be single player, they can be multiplayer, they can be whatever. It's just purely multiplayer, and that's where it gets tough.
Yeah.
So I think it has an uphill battle in that respect.
Sure.
And I tried to, but I do like some of the creativity I'm seeing from the other games. I'm not sure if they made all of them. I think they had some other developers coming to make some of the games. They did Doom Wall, which is like this wall like moves across this like square, and there's different numbers on elevation wise. And if you jump through that number, you get those points. But the wall you have to destroy it with the gun, and you can also knock around other people too with your gun by shooting them. So it was like you're kind of playing against other people, but trying to get things. I actually won one of the games I played of it. It was fun. I had a good time with it. It was goofy. It was simple. And then I played a 2 user created one. One had the issue where it was me and one other person in this game, this zombie hunting game. It looked like a cool idea for a game. It looked like a well-made, put together level. Yeah, but it was just me hunting one person. I couldn't freaking find them. Because I walked.
Not ideal.
Yeah, it's me. They can literally dance around me for all I care. And I did one made by a guy that's another Stadia YouTuber, Gem. He posted it. I was looking at it already before I even saw him post on Twitter about it. So I jumped in and played that. And it's like these two ships essentially two-story buildings that move across each other, back and forth, and you got to shoot each other. It's like deathmatch, but like the ships move and you destroy the ships and you jump to the other person's ship. It's a cool little idea. So.
Nice. That's awesome. I have not played that one. I did play the obviously prop, which I found really fun. I think that's probably the most polished experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really enjoyed my time with that. I thought it was really quirky and goofy. At one point, like I was running around and my prop was a houseplant, and I saw the guy, but I wasn't in a good enough area, so I jumped behind the counter and tried to like just turn into the plant before he saw me. And I was impressed with how clever, he realized that a plant obviously shouldn't be where it was, and he just shot me as a plant. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. But the idea that you get a selected prop and then you can go find areas that you would technically fit before getting caught, like it was just a really fun hide and seek. I enjoyed my time with it a lot.
When you say the objects are where they shouldn't be, when I was the hunter, there was a toilet next to the fridge, and it was actually there. It wasn't.
Oh wow!
So
that's
they do randomly generate. I think they do randomly generate where the items, some of the items, at least some. They probably have a few items that they rotate in and out.
Sure. Yeah, the cool. Few games I had played, I didn't notice anything that out of place. So I always tried to like get somewhere that my prop quote unquote made sense.
Yeah, I did the same thing typically.
And then I played the one where I just don't remember the game mode name, unfortunately, but where you can like blow up walls and it's
it's like the Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
I watched a dev video for that one.
That was the game mode that I would say felt the most early access. The majority of the
It
time,
looked early
my
access.
charges wouldn't stick to the wall. Even in the tutorial, they have a whole tutorial area that you play before you jump into the game. And in that lobby, you can go to different like training areas and you can learn to plant charges. You can learn to swap guns. You can go to a shooting range. Like, I thought that was cool that they really wanted to show you all the aspects of the game mode that you're about to jump into. And when I didn't hit every single, I guess, training booth, and I went to the area to jump into the lobby, it actually flashed me a warning and it said, you haven't completed all trainings. Would you like to
Cool.
go
That's
back and still learn the game? And I was like, oh, neat. So I
it is
ran
pretty
around, I
intuitive with
did
that
all
kind
the
of
booths.
stuff.
Yeah. So I ran around, I finished all the booths. And I ended up having to go into the mode without finishing the training and bypassing that warning because the charge, even in the training, they wanted you to pick up a charge and put it on a wall. And I just saw me and a bunch of other like people in the lobby just running back and forth with these like big block charges, trying to figure out how to stick it. And it just wouldn't work. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just figure it out in game.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's like
I,
certain locations you can. I haven't tried that one. I was going to, but then I just shut the game off this morning because my daughter woke up.
Yeah. I saw one person able to stick a charge, and then I ran up to the wall that they did it on, and it still wouldn't work for me. So, and then I got into the game, and the rest of the game was really fun. But for some reason, that one mechanic still was just broken.
I'll have to try it out and see what
you couldn't put a charge anywhere. Which I mean is not honestly, it's not the worst thing in the world. When a game is in early access, you do expect bugs like that. I thought the character creator was pretty fun. Very, very Fortnite-esque in terms of animation, which we've seen, since day one with the trailers.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's very...
but I did like the idea of the customization, and it looks like you'll unlock new costumes and hairstyles, and being the dad of an 8-year-old who loves like character creation and skins and stuff like that, he was really fascinated as we kind of created our character together and did the different face paints and colors and stuff like that. So I hope this game finds a wide audience. I think, like you said earlier, multi-platform is going to be key for them to be able to do that and to continue to grow the audience, because I don't know how well it can support all these different multiplayer games that people can create if you're not getting just the widest net out there on your servers. So we'll see how it continues to grow, but my first impressions were positive mostly.
Yeah, the one thing, I mean multi-platform, especially because it's gonna be a paid product. I mean, this is free with Stadia Pro. They've released pricing on it. It's $30, I think, without, and then like 50 or 60 with the pre, or maybe it's 40 and 60. I forget exactly, but I mean, it's a paid product. So I'm assuming it's not going to be free unless they do like the Xbox Game Pass subscription kind of thing.
Right.
I don't see. I mean, it's going to need as much fan base as possible, and then people playing the games on one unified platform. Otherwise, I don't see it going anywhere.
I will say more than ever, I don't totally understand it getting its own comic book that we talked about a couple episodes ago. Just because it doesn't seem necessarily like a fleshed out world when it's just character created.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm not sure. I mean, the universe does seem like it has some character. I like the universe that like you walk into the main hub, or did you stay just in the menus? Did you like walk in like the PlayStation Home Second Life kind of style thing, or no?
Oh no, I didn't.
Okay, I did a little bit. Actually, I took a screenshot today. There's a platform where you really shouldn't be. There's a big statue on it, and this girl was over there, or a girl character was over there, and I was like, how did they get over there? So I kept trying to get over there. Like, I'm not sure how they got. They clearly shouldn't have been there. But yeah, it's a cool, like, very sterile white area with all these TVs up that you can or the main games made by them that you can walk up to and see previews of and then play. I'm interested to see if they'll have like a featured window where like user features, and then hopefully use that. It's a cool hub thing. It reminds me a lot of PlayStation Home, honestly.
Okay,
I'm not sure if you spent any time on PlayStation Home. I spent very little time on PlayStation Home, but
not really.
I think I went in there because they had a thing for Resistance 2 or 3, and I was like really into that game series, so I went and did that. So
nice.
Besides just like sitting at my I didn't like build my house like at all. But yeah, I mean, I think it's it's good to have it on the platform. I think some of the stuff I've seen people create on Reddit is really cool. I saw someone making a 4-level like puzzle platformer where you after you complete the puzzle, you go to the next room.
Nice.
It has like a big plus sign on top, it should over you. And the game actually looks surprisingly pretty. certain things, even with that art style. Like it's very specific. I mean, it's Fortnite, but they kind of take it and make that block. Like that's why it almost looks like Minecraft Fortnite.
Yeah,
It has that like that blocky pixel texture to it. I think some stuff looks really cool in it. Like I'm not sure I would say pretty, but artistic.
Sure,
it definitely has its own style.
I would assume no, but have you spent any time in the creator at all?
No, not yet. No. I've had no time to. I do want to. Yeah, I want to at least try it out.
Yeah,
I'll think of something maybe on vacation and make something. But
can you? Do you know if you can create multiplayer?
Yeah, like, yeah. Oh, yeah, you can collaborate. Yeah.
Cool.
That's their they're the ones starting with the state shared beta. With this game, which is a big the feature the feature's been waiting for, and it's mostly related around creation. Like you can send a link to someone so they can jump into your instance of the game and create with you. They've had a few videos as well about how to create together and how it works, and actually it looks really fast. Like it looks really pretty intuitive.
Nice.
It seems like it's being a good. I've seen some articles on it that would seem very positive on its creation tools from a dev standpoint.
Nice.
So
that's awesome.
Sweet. I do want to say a few things about since you talked about Wave Break last week, and now we got Coast. I want to talk a little bit. I spent a lot of time in that game.
Nice.
I finished the first area. The first. By
How
finished,
did you
I mean
get to the top of the lighthouse.
The top of the lighthouse. I think I abused the. I got lucky on it. Honestly, I abused the whatchamacallit, the slowdown for the gun at the very end because it's a tight angle and it's really hard to see the meter for that honestly, so I struggled on that, and then I got I think my character fell right afterwards, like right when I got it.
Jeez.
I posted on our Twitter account today, me getting the secret tape for the second level and me literally trying to do a front flip, and instead my boat shot forward and my boat hit the secret tape and got it. I'm like,
oh man!
You should check our Twitter because I posted it on there. So it's funny. Will. So that was in the second level. I definitely
speak of Stadia, by the way. For those listening.
Speak of Stadia.
Just on Twitter. If you want to follow us. It's fine.
But yeah, it was. I get what you're saying with the learning curve. My issues don't come from the game mechanics in terms of like how it plays for trying to do tricks and stuff. I'm just not good at it yet. Like I just don't have the feel for it yet. It definitely has its own tightness compared to Tony Hawk. It's not Tony Hawk in that respect in terms of feel. Exactly, because it's the water physics throws it off too.
Right,
and that's fine. My issues coming from where the game doesn't feel, I won't say early access, but it feels. Ooh, your video is off.
Yeah, you're good.
It doesn't feel early access, but it feels beta in a way where there's railings on some levels that work as railings, but there's railings in other parts of the level that don't work as railings. You can go right through them, and that throws me off heavily. I think at least every other run I go under the geometry, and they have like little jokes in the loading screen saying like if you see a bug, don't keep to yourself. It's like some little cheeky stuff, which is fine. It's fun. Sure. But like stuff like that is really tough. When I'm trying to do a specific objective, like I'm trying to get to the secret tape, I know I can see it. I'm trying to grind on this rail to do it, and it grabs the other rail that I'm not trying to grab onto. It's
that's happened to me a couple times.
It's very frustrating on that respect. I've wasted again, it's 2-minute runs, so I go all the way to this place. I get up there. Maybe there's a more efficient way that I'm just not seeing that maybe it's on me. But I'm like, I'm going to go this way, and I line it up, and then I fail, and I was like, well, I have 45 seconds left in my run now. I'm not going to go back all the way back up there. Now my run's wasted. And I think it has happened a handful of times, and it just feels like it feels a little clumsy to try to do something very specific because it's not a platformer. It's not that. That's not what it's supposed to be. But there's certain tasks that require you to do that, like trying to get some cash sometimes. Trying to do I know in Tony Hawk you used to be able to go like up a half pipe and press X forward to go like off forward, like you were like launching off a ramp.
Right, you could actually kind of.
It kind of does it in the game, but it's like a forward flip, like a forward dash, and it doesn't always go up to the next platform. Like I'm trying to go up, like there's a platform there, I'm trying to go up to it, and like it'll hit me there and fall off.
Interesting.
And I have that happen a handful. I was trying to get to the secret tape for the second level, and I'm trying to get up there. Maybe there's another way that they're intending for me to get up there, but there's another way that's clear I should be able to do if I wanted to.
Right.
And It was just a little frustrating at times. But I mean, as in terms of gameplay, it feels fine. My one major issue with the game is there's no reason to choose a different character. Because, I mean, in the story mode, you're right. You can only play as the bear.
Right.
And the stats are all for each individual character. So I actually switched to the otter and I started leveling him up. But like that only happens for multiplayer. So like, but I can't go.
It doesn't do anything.
But then I'm not. But then it does nothing for me. It does nothing for me besides multiplayer, which it's just aesthetics at that point.
Yeah.
Like, why am I leveling up this character for aesthetic? For that, just for his aesthetics. I'd rather just play the bear and keep putting stats in that bear.
Right.
They kept talking about the characters having different stats going up to it, and it's like in Tony Hawk, you have like Tony Hawk or Bob Burnquist, I think is one of the characters, or like Bam Margera, and they all have different stats, but you can't level them up. They're just those are the stats. So you're playing these different people for their different strengths or weaknesses. Yeah. And this is just you're leveling up these characters and they have different base stats. So like, what's the point?
Right.
And that's why again it feels very beta. It feels like parts of it, like I said, the difficulty of certain things like the combo. A lot of people are having issues with, and they talked about in dev videos, like, oh, this is how you can do the combo. This is how you do it. People are having issues with it. They need to make it so when you get the C, you don't need to have the trick already. You need a combo afterwards because even on the first level, I still haven't gotten it. I've gotten close, but like once or twice. The once or twice I've actually been able to catch the C and then grind because half the time I either overshoot it, I don't do a trick early enough where it doesn't grab, and then I hit the rail, and just getting all those three things to work in sequence is not as easy as they're either thinking, or they're just so used to how the game feels and plays. They played it so much they haven't gone to third party's opinion on that specific issue.
How many things did you have to complete in World 1 to move on to World 2?
I think everything except for 4 of them. I think I completed. Oh, jeez. Which is tough. Like I didn't. I think the only ones I didn't have were maybe it was a little less. Maybe it was one less than that. I could be wrong, but it was. I think I didn't have I just did the cache today. Found the last piece of cache. I will say I didn't realize the cache. You don't have to get it all in one run. Those are cumulative each run. You get as you get cache. It's
even though they reset every run.
They don't reset the cache does not reset every run.
Oh no! I'm thinking of the hot dogs.
The hot dogs reset every run. The cache doesn't.
And you have to get all the hot dogs in one run, correct?
Yes, and that was actually once you do a few runs and find out where they are, it's actually really easy to get those.
Cool.
The hot dogs was actually one of the easier ones. The first ones I got actually, besides Break. Which I think I got hot dogs before Break. The hard one was the grinding in the for me was grinding in the lobby, and that one took me forever. I tried that one. I wasted so many runs on that because. I wasn't sure which one I was supposed to be grinding on. There's a little circle in the middle or the circle on the outside.
Which one was that?
I think it's the outside. And I don't even think I got it.
I've been doing the one in the middle.
I don't even think I got it. And
fair.
Then I also had, I think, a bug on one of them where I did on the second level, you need to do a 540 off of like a helipad. And I swear to God, I did it. And it didn't register. Then I did it again and it registered. I'm like, okay, fine. But I was like,
weird.
Again, it feels a little beta. It feels like they haven't had to play test enough by other people. And it's a small team. I don't blame them. It definitely feels like it's a beta on Stadia, and it's going to be the full version, essentially on the platform. Even if they're calling it a 1.0, it feels a little bit. But it's still fun. I'm still going back to it. I still want to play it. I was cooking steaks today. I was out there playing it while I was cooking. Like, I still want to play it. It's not that I don't like the game. When it tries to ask you to do a specific thing, it doesn't feel good. I do recommend actually doing some even just for yourself. Like, if you play without your son, do some multiplayer if there's people active. Nice. It's because it gets easy way of getting free money, and you can use it to spec your character. The money does carry across, so
you have to just go into multiplayer, get some money, and then
that's what I did.
Do a build a bear.
Yeah, essentially, that's what I did, and it helped a little bit. Like, got my certain stats up well enough where I could feel like I could do more things.
Yeah, so. Nice.
But yeah, let's get into. We got gameplay of Avengers, which was
I am pumped.
Yeah, I think we're in the minority.
I think so too.
Yeah, based on what everyone was saying, but I think it looked great. Honestly, I thought it's exactly what I want.
From what it
was.
I want to be very clear. This, when I say I'm pumped, this does not look like Game of the Year to me. This does not look like the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen. What this looks like is a new, cleaned up Ultimate Alliance with like an over-the-shoulder, more God of War style play, and I am here for it. Like, I think it looks fun as hell. Like, the entertainment value is what gets me pumped.
No, I like the characters too. They
Yeah,
did the
yeah.
characters well. I think you had an issue with Tony's look. I think you didn't like Tony.
Yeah, I don't love his character model is probably the only one. And I mean, I still even like I'm pretty sure Nolan is voicing him, and I think
Yeah,
that's great.
I think
So
Nolan is voicing him. I think you're right. I think the voice acting. I mean, he was the one that was the most obvious. I think even like
sure.
Troy does a good job with voice acting. I think
Yes.
Nolan's good at playing Nolan.
Right. Nolan can be Nolan as Deadpool or Nolan as Nathan Drake or Nolan
Yeah,
as Tony Stark
or as
and
what's his
it
face,
works.
Desmond from
Right.
yeah. It is a little. He'll change that a little bit, but no,
Sure.
Troy actually does change it up a bunch. So he sounded good, and I thought the voice acting was great in what they showed. I like the co-ops that they showed, which was really what I was looking forward to
Yeah,
overall.
me too.
How they were going to incorporate co-op into this very looks like watching the first trailer. I'm like, this looks very single player. How are you going to make this co-op? And then they kind of explained that. I thought Ant-Man was going to be playable, but then they talked about like Hank Pym being more of a guy giving you quests, which is interesting.
Right. So he's more of like yeah, like you said, just an NPC that you go to like pick things up. I wish I could play as Ant-Man.
I
I
hope
think that'd
they
be really fun.
I
So
hope they add
hopefully
like
he's
Wasp. Honestly,
later.
I hope they get something like Wasp instead. I get some
Yeah.
more diversity. It's just a
Sure.
bunch of white men. It just we need a little more.
Yeah, other
At least a
than
woman
Black
or
Widow and
Kamala Khan at least is like
Miss Marvel. Yeah, Kamala at least.
Kamala, yeah.
Which I'm very excited about her being like kind of the protagonist, if you will, that brings the Avengers back together. She's a really fun character in the comics. And,
the central character, if you will. Like
yeah. So I'm excited to see her kind of take the reins on that one, and she looks like she has a cool play style.
Yeah, absolutely. Like her art style feels like it clashes a little bit with the rest of it. Maybe just the animations for her, like her attacks, seem a little off. But other than that, I felt like she looks really cool to play. Like regardless, she looks cool to play.
How late in the game do you think we get Cap back?
Yeah, Cap back
because he's dead.
Yeah, he's supposed to be dead, but they definitely have him in the game. They definitely showed him in the
he's been playable. Yep.
Yeah, so probably right before the climax of the game, probably probably somewhere in the end of the second third of the game, I guess.
Sure. Right. Maybe right at the end of the second act before you kind of head into the final third.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I think that's an interesting choice to kill him off early on and make that like a big deal. So we'll see.
Yeah, it makes it interesting for the multiplayer too. But
yeah.
They're gonna take that into account. But
I love Cap, so I'm
because it'd be kind of spoilery too. If you're playing early in the game, playing with some friend, and he's like playing as Cap, and it's like, oh well, they have like story. Those are like story tied ins. Like, this is. I guess maybe you won't have those available to you until then.
Right.
I don't know how it's gonna work, but I'm still excited to play it. I do hope it has. They talk about cross platform, and with PlayStation and Xbox, they haven't. They said they're going to talk about Stadia PC and whatnot later today. I do hope it's crossplay with PC. I really, 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 really hope they do that. Just because, again, similar issues we're having with other games, like even Wavebreak. I mean, smaller game, and not free with Pro or anything like that. But I'm having trouble finding games now in Wavebreak, unless it's like later at night I get games. But
right,
it's tough.
When do you think this is going up for pre-order though, so that we can get some of those bonuses as well?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, September 4th, I think, is the release, right? I think
right.
September.
And you can pre-order it on other consoles now. So, like, when are we going to be able to pick this up on Stadia and be able to enjoy those benefits?
July 14th. I think they actually add. I mean, you can pre-order Destiny 2, which is what's Destiny 2. What's the one?
Catch the Light or whatever.
Well, yeah, something light, whatever. Not new light. The next light.
Yeah, light.
Yeah.
Destiny 2's light.
I want to say it's like it's not first light because I'm thinking of Infamous. Oh, I think it's last light. But it's that one you can already pre-order in the store, which is odd. It's like, why can't I pre-order all the other games we know are coming out? Why can't I pre-order Cyberpunk? Why can't I pre-order like what is in the code that's stopping you from doing this? It's just because you have a partnership with Destiny, so you did it first. I don't know the logistics, but I think we'll get more of a pre-order thing with the store update probably, and then they'll be available. I think it's on Stadia, honestly, at that one.
That's a solid guess.
My guess.
So, anyways, I mean, at least we have some Stadia friends to jump into Avengers with, so I think that'd be really fun for us. But I would agree with you, like, let's get the pre-order out there. Let people know that they can get it on Stadia as well and get the same bonuses as everyone else. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too worried about the multiplayer aspect just because I have you.
Yeah.
I have you. But in the wider audience sense, yeah, like we need to get some more people to be purchasing this. Otherwise, their multiplayer games are going to fall flat.
Yes. That's
So
that's the problem. And like up until now, there haven't been a slew of multiplayer games, honestly, besides like local, like yeah, like moving out, but that's more you can play local co-op, and
sure.
that's more isolated. He's like more, and Destiny has had an issue for a while. Once more games started coming out on Stadia, they're like, oh, people are playing other things now, not playing
Yeah.
Destiny, and now
Right.
trying to get raids and strikes and whatnot are tougher.
Yeah.
So,
We've talked a little bit about
Crucible.
this online in some of our cross groups, but do you see Sony getting any type of exclusives with Avengers and their deal with Marvel and the fact that they have Iron Man VR and Spider-Man?
Well, I think they came out. Square Enix said no, this is a separate world from Spider-Man, PS4. So I think that kind of nipped in the bud. Maybe they'll get an exclusive skin for Spider-Man if Spider-Man is in fact in the game. The fact that they brought it up as probably, I don't think it even says that we're gonna get Spider-Man. I think it's just more than people are asking the question, they want to nip in the bud. So there's not that rumor mill running around.
I'd agree with that. Very, very early on, they did talk about certain exclusives coming to Sony specifically, but again, my assumption would be with you, it'd just be like a skin. Yeah, just something cosmetic. Obviously, you can't shift how the gameplay would work on a single system when you are on so many platforms.
Since they haven't really talked about universal cross-platform, like crossplay, they talked about PS4 talking to PS5s, Xboxes, ones. I mean, obviously, Xbox is just a platform now. It's just Xbox. Like,
right.
Until 4 years in the line when they finally wean off the Xbox One, X and S, the current ones, and for the series, whatever they're going to be now. But they already said they're going to be cross-platform in those same ecosystems, but they're not talking to each other. So they could very well do an exclusivity thing. Yeah. I think it'd be dumb for them to do that. But
agreed.
It would make them. They would get so much consumer backlash for that, no matter how much money. They got to stick with cosmetics if that's the worst. I think I see.
Yeah, and I think at best you see that PS4 costume, and that's about it. But that's fine with me. So, sweet. So after Avengers, we also got our first Night City Wire. These community events that the Cyberpunk team is going to be putting on. I assume this was kind of like a one and done deal, but they announced very early on, and I think that's why it wasn't as long as I was expecting.
Yeah,
that these are going to be pretty ongoing. That these are going to be like community outreaches and things like that. So, my impressions are the game looks awesome. I've been pretty sold on Cyberpunk for 7 years now, so I don't. There's not a lot you're gonna do to really deter me from this.
Are you upset about the wall running being taken out?
No, but it sounds cool because I do love me some wall running.
But they took it out of the game. Like it was showing at E3, like in a behind closed doors demo that no one. I think, or did they actually show the wall running at their one E3?
I don't think
I can't remember. I think it was behind the closed doors only. But
yeah, it got taken out. The devs came out and they're like,
it was too much like geometry. Like
yeah. And do we really need ways to expand that game even more? Like the game looks gigantic.
It's one more variable to worry about.
Yeah. So I don't know. To me, the Night City Wire didn't do anything for me that wasn't already there. It didn't increase my hype. It didn't decrease my hype. I came out of it feeling the exact same way I felt going in, other than I really hope that this push to November means that it's coming to Stadia day one.
But it's not. But I mean, I think it's something coming more. I mean, we don't ever got a date on Stadia. They just said end of the year, and they're still saying end of the year. So
right, they never came away from that message. So at this point, like, what's the worst case?
I mean, they're saying the game. I mean, they're saying the game is ready. It's done. It's playable. It's just they're bug crunching right now. They're bug squashing. So
which, when you have what I'm only assuming is a 200-hour game, so I'm assuming there's a lot of bugs to find.
My assumption is that has nothing to do with the porting process of the game to Vulkan, which is Stadia's platform running on Vulkan. So I don't think I don't think the date is going to change for Stadia, just because they probably still have a side team working on whether they're working with Google on it or they're working internally on it. I don't think those assets were already there to have it ported. I don't think it's going to move the porting date. And those bugs should compile across. I mean, obviously, there's going to be some unique to each platform, but I don't think it's going to change that much the date. I think it actually means we get it sooner after the initial release than it was before. I think it was still going to be probably December. And I think now we're still. I think it was prior. I think it was. I'm looking at it now. I think it was probably maybe November. It was going to be September before.
Yeah.
So 2 months push. I mean, worst case, I think we're still gonna get November, and
sure.
I think they maybe push it a month for the Stadia just to make sure bugs are okay.
Yeah.
There as well. But
I'm just saying that new release date's on Stadia's birthday. So,
yep, so
day and date. Let's go.
Fingers crossed they surprise us. They're lying to us right now, and
I would really like them to address it in the next Night City Wire. I don't think they will, but I
actually
do
give us
hope...
a date. Just give
right. Yeah, just give us a date. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll hear more about it on July 14th.
Who knows? I hope so. My impressions of it were just, I mean, the detective mode looked cool. I mean, it looked unique, but I'm not sure how much of that game. I feel like it would get boring after a while.
Yeah, I don't want to just do a lot of it. Yeah.
Like, I hope it's optional, like certain missions that are doing it, not too much main story stuff, more like ancillary stuff. That'd be nice, but it was fine. That guy's notepad looks really creepy. I mean, that was an odd moment in that whole thing. What was that about?
A little weird.
That was a weird moment. Like, this guy the guy that's standing next to him, like, what is this guy's notebook? Like,
why is he doing this? Yeah, he's just, sometimes they use my notebook to talk about serial killers. I was like,
cool.
Okay.
But I feel comfortable listening to you now.
I'm worried about this, actually. So yeah, not the smoothest of plays, but I think me and you have both been following video games long enough to expect some cringe in most of these types of things.
Have you watching all you watch the Smash Direct?
No, God.
Oh no, you should watch. You should watch it because you freaking I'm blanking on his name right now. Sakurai. He just fucking, that guy's just odd. He's just so fun, but in the best way. But like the best way, he's just odd. Like he's playing. He's like, no, I'm gonna play with because he can't have other people there. He's like, no, I'm gonna play with two. He like brags about how he can play, like humble brags about how he can play with play two characters at once with each one control on each hand, and he does it in the video. Like, this is like, what?
Here I go with my Joy-Cons.
Yeah, he just like two controllers on his ottoman and just playing. Like, this is wild. He's like talking about his house. Like, I'm the first person to show a Nintendo inside their house. They're like, well, like it's just. I would recommend watching it just for his antics.
I will.
He's a goofy dude.
You've convinced me.
He's just a goofy dude. I like him. We got some. We had a. See, I need to look at these articles. Actually, I didn't open them just because some of these features may already be out now. I don't remember now because they've like dropped a ton of features recently. So
yeah. So at the beginning of 2020, Google provided roadmap features that they expected to be available by the end of Q1, and those features included support 4K gaming on the web, add further assistant functionality when playing on the web, support additional Android phones, and wireless gameplay on the web through the Stadia controller. This article, of course, comes through Stadia Source. So far, the only feature we're missing is the assistant on the web, though that may be closer than we think. This month, Canadian over here. This month, Google updated Stadia to allow experimental use of Stadia for all Android phones, touchscreen controls, and pre-device performance settings. These updates pleased many Stadia users who are unable to play anywhere due to not owning a supported phone. Today, Gem Stadia brought to our attention several lines of code which point to the approaching implementation of game demos, crowd play, communities, and shared games, excluding communities. All of these features have been mentioned previously as coming to Stadia, but finding the code means they are currently being worked on and could be just around the corner.
Yeah, so we got want to run through these. We got game demos was hidden in the code. By the way, Gem does a lot of cool stuff. I watch a lot of his videos. He's really, I'm not sure how much free time this guy has because he's been creating a bunch of stuff and created too, and just has time to dig through the code. And
this is his life.
Yeah, I mean, freaking respect to him. He's great. I think I have said before that he's Australian. I think I'm very, very wrong. I think his accent just really threw me off.
Fair.
I came off as more Australian, but I think he is just from either the greater UK area. I'm not sure which actual, maybe just English or one of the other islands, but he's
Jacob
great.
Racist confirmed. All accents sound the same. You heard it here first.
I mean, I could be right too. I don't remember, but
you could be.
I could be. I don't know. But yeah, game demos were hidden in the code. It seems like, which we've heard about that more, but that means maybe sooner. Crowd play, which we're kind of getting closer.
July 14th.
I think July 14th.
July 14th.
We'll talk about
so
later.
Seeing this in the code doesn't surprise me even a little bit.
Nope.
This is coming. So Not shocked.
Yeah, family sharing,
Which
which
is
is you who's for
cool.
someone like you, someone like
Yes.
you.
Pumped.
So any of the games that you buy that you can just, or even if they can do if they do actually a family, like example, I'm not sure for Google Play Music, which is going to be YouTube Music, and by the end of the year,
Right.
um, I have a family account. I'm sure if you do as well,
I
or
do.
yeah.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
if something like that for the Pro would be great, so I can share
Yes.
games with, like, if my wife wanted to play on her own screen, I can just pay an extra $5 a month and have her play the games with me. Be awesome. I wonder how that would they handle it though. If I've already claimed the games, can she claim them too, or does she have to have been available? Like, that makes it a little pain there,
Right.
but
It's going to be interesting
we'll
to see
see.
exactly how this roll out and what the details provide.
Yeah, and if it's going to be anything but Pro, but fingers crossed. I hope they make it a Pro family membership as well, and then communities, which is one I've never heard them actually talk about. But I know exist in Xbox First. I think they have. I forget what they call theirs. I know PlayStation has their communities as well. Um, so it's gonna be. I think a game. I think it's Game Club on Xbox. Game Clubs. I think they're called. But community's interesting. What do you think about community? Have you? I mean, we're already in like a offline community of Facebook with kind of funny group.
I would love it.
Yeah.
Only because in the kind of funny group over there, like it's slow going, but I do like literally see our numbers growing where more and more people are joining this
Talking about it,
conversation
yeah.
about Stadia and like they're hands on with it and what they're doing. So to be able to move that over to like Stadia itself, I think would be really, really fun.
Yeah, and like instead of making like a subgroup where like you get like interaction for like a month and then people drop off.
Exactly.
Which I've done.
Yes, 100%. Shout out to Kind of Crossing.
Yeah, I'll have
Animal Crossing group.
Mine's a kind of funny comic book club. So yeah.
Oh,
I started that one.
I
started that one. I know.
I'm trying.
No, I try to post it more often, but it's tough.
Man.
But I think something built into the game where you can see what people in your community are playing, and it also makes it a little easier to see who
filter out your friends. You know,
we
usually shout out our Stadia names every episode, and as we hopefully start and ACNE, just SEA anyway. As we grow that and being able to, as we continue to grow our friends list and everything, to be able to have more of a tight knit crew that you know we're playing ESO or we're playing Avengers and just have those people that you can jump in and out of. I think it's a really cool feature. So I think it's smart.
I hope that comes.
Build your community.
Yeah, I mean we've glanced over demos. That's happening. They've even already said they're going to do demos. I'm patiently waiting for it or impatiently, I guess because there's so many games I want to play, but like I don't. Like Wave Break was one I was considering. I think it gave me a code, which is great. I was like, I want to see it. Like people are saying it's a little tough to feel. Like I kind of want to feel it first before I can actually plunk down the 30s minus $10 for even when you use the coupon on it. And that's goes for any game in general. Like certain games, like they look good, but they don't feel as well and are not my kind of game. Like it looks like my kind of game that I pay $40 for. I'm like, oh, this is not my kind of game actually.
Right. And it makes me want to like throw $5 down on a pre-order at GameStop for Avengers and then cancel it simply to get that early access demo because I want my hands on and I want to know what it feels like and play like for Avengers. So yeah, no, I think demos coming to Stadia specifically is going to be intelligent.
Yeah. We have another article that Stadia 2.3, the app. I think we've gotten some of these. Do we or
some of them were covered in the previous one, but the interesting one to point out on this one is the mobile data.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's pretty killer for those who maybe have an unlimited plan or just don't mind playing on their data.
Yeah.
To be able to not have to worry about Wi-Fi, especially with touch controls. This is more of your I'm on a lunch break at work and I want to play 30 minutes.
And I don't have Wi-Fi. Like my office
Wi-Fi sucks.
Well, my office, in my office building, the cell reception sucks actually. But the Wi-Fi but the Wi-Fi is firewalled. But the Wi-Fi is firewalled. I can't use it. So
fair. So for people like me where the Wi-Fi is just garbage, to be able to like I can go out on my phone and play and I'm good.
Yeah, I can go out to lunch, go somewhere else and play there. Like
right. You can go sit at a, little bistro, grab a sandwich and check it out.
Yeah.
So I think that's huge.
The one thing I think they say in this article, I'm kind of glancing through it. I do hope they have a. Yes, it does say here disclaimer for the mobile data opt-in, which explains that the feature may use cellular data. Now, no, here it is. Here it is. Sorry. Description of cellular data features explains that the feature is still being built and streaming quality may be inconsistent as a result. That's key, and I think it's very important that they put that out there. It's one of those, it's the transparency, and a lot of people had issues with Stadia from the beginning, underselling or just overselling.
Sure.
And underperforming, and something like that is what they need to come out and say, hey, we're going to sell your data. It may be bumpy on your phone, especially if you're not
working on it.
Yeah, especially on 4G, like 5G, 4G. So
yeah, no, I totally agree. I appreciate the transparency there to say, this is something we want to do, but it's going to be a rough start. And so this also mentions family sharing as a current update.
Yeah, so that means that's probably just July 14th or something. I mean, they've been popping off these random features this past week. All of a sudden, by the way, all phones are available. It works on all phones. Or you can randomly pair your controller to your phone now.
Yeah, no big deal.
No problem.
There you go.
Wi-Fi.
It's really weird, and I think they'll probably quickly go through a list of since launching Stadia, we understand blah blah blah. Here's the features we've been able to go ahead and launch.
And we'll talk about that later. And I agree.
All of these.
I absolutely agree. If they don't do it, they're dumb.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I mean, next up on the list is Google Assistant in game and gameplay,
which is actually live.
Go ahead. Is what?
The Google Assistant now does work in game, but it does not work as they described in their GDC video last week. You can use it to hey, what's the weather? You can actually, the button works now in game. I think we actually have it as a bullet later on. Did I add it or did I? Yeah, it's literally the next bullet in our doc. But yeah, that was one they actually did add. It's just not exactly what they want it to be. So I'm not sure. Does this go more into depth of what it talks about, or what features it can do, or?
Not really. So this came from Reddit, where one player noticed that they were playing ESO and they accidentally hit the Google Assistant button, and instead of an error that popped up, it actually.
Then they think they came out later on at the save point or whatever. They said it's live. So.
Okay, cool.
But again, it's just for basic stuff. It's not like you can say, "Hey, I'm stuck in this. I can't do this combo for wave break. Show me how to do it." Yeah, okay, that's not live yet.
So it's more like, "Hey, I need to go feed my baby in 20 minutes. Set a timer."
Yeah.
So this is the Jacob feature.
Yes. Well,
nice. I'm just kidding. I know when your baby's awake and you don't just force them to stay in their room for however many minutes.
And then another one. There's one other feature in that article. It talks about family sharing already, but the other one was odd. Is Stadia Pro game notification. So these are push notifications that you can enable and disable. It says finally we've found signs that Stadia is preparing enabled notifications in app. A lot of people want actually asked in Reddit before. I don't get it because I just default check. I'm all around Reddit anyway, and I just people post, hey, games are live, go claim them. But this will give you a notification when games are live to, hey, go claim these games. Which I mean, they already sent an email out already as well. So it was like,
yeah.
I think it's good that they're doing it. It's not necessary though. I've never seen the need.
Sure.
I mean, they shouldn't. The games are there for I'm paying. It doesn't help. It's not beneficial to them financially for me to claim the games, honestly. So
no, not at all.
But hey, I like the feature that they're adding it. It's good.
That's one that's it's not absolutely crucial to me, and I think it's just a thumbs up to them. Like, okay, cool. Thanks for doing that. So
yeah, and on that Google Assistant thing as well, there's a few other features that are live. I posted about them as well. Kind of funny. Gameplay times are now available under the achievement section, which is really cool. That's now available, and they have extra features like bonus, like how on I didn't get packed the county packages you've packed, or it's also different. Each game has
little stats,
which is kind of cool. It kind of compiles some things, which is cool. It's good that they're tracking everything, which is really cool.
Right, that is cool.
And that's the big thing people don't like with PlayStation trophies is that it doesn't track crap. Like you can't go and see how many of you need you had the trophy for Last of Us 2, how many conversations have you had? The side conversations have you had?
Oh yeah.
How it wouldn't be great to see
I've had exactly this many. Yeah.
So you're missing one. You may not know which one, but you're missing one.
By the way, huge update. I got that trophy.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
And also multiplayer's left, and then boom, platinum.
And also now they also added privacy settings, which which is cool. Did you go through and update those yourself or no? I found that on my own actually.
No, I haven't yet. Did you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's like hey, friends of friends can see this game. You playing games or not, or
Okay.
there's a few other features. They've added a few new privacy features too.
Fairly basic online gaming
Yeah,
features, I would assume.
yeah. There
Cool.
was nothing was too crazy. And then also landscape. Now the app works in landscape mode. Like actually like rotates the landscape, which is just
Oh,
is so simple, but it's like it makes sense when you're playing on your controller. Like
yes.
finally, so
Nice. Sweet. Yeah. So, you want to talk about this next one with one hand clapping? We have some
yeah,
ESRB ratings,
yeah.
correct?
We had a big drop of them like the last few days. I think Gem was finding them, then other people were finding them. One hand clapping. Borderlands 2, which was like okay, like I mean it's good that we're getting more support from them after I'm blanking on his name. The 2K guy, Sal's I'm blanking on his name right now. It's bothering me. We talked about like 2 weeks ago about how he said, "Oh, 2K, like Stadia over promised, and we're not." But they're putting
Oh
2K,
yeah.
but they're putting more games on the platform.
Right.
So shut your mouth. Actually, yeah. Hello Neighbor, which was surprising. Like Hello Neighbor was surprising. Gunsport was also very surprising, which I actually had to look up before we started. What that actually was, and Just Dance 2020, which we expect, as well as RBI Baseball 20. That's a
Very
big chunk
random,
of games that
but
we've never heard
huge.
anything
Yeah.
about in
Right.
any capacity.
And again, which I know this will lead us into our final bullet point, but you got to think that these ratings coming out now just means we are getting ready for 2 weeks. We are 11 days from the next Stadia Connect, and I think they have some big things in store. But I'm hoping what their small things in store are like Hello Neighbor and Borderlands 2.
Just more filled out. I think Hello Neighbor seems like a freaking Stadia Pro ass game. Like it really does.
Yeah, it really
It
does.
like I feel like I've seen that game free on other platforms too. Like I think it's on Game Pass now. Like that seems like a game that's gonna be free, bro.
Yeah.
Day and day, like one of those kind of things. I guess that I'm not sure that's not even a Connect prediction. That's just that's a future. Like that's just gonna happen.
August pro game or whatever.
That and probably Borderlands 2. Honestly, both
Yeah,
games
I mean, why not?
probably pro games.
So
Because they're older games have been on platforms for 2 years now. Hey, put them on the platform, make them free. That's why I have a Dragon Ball. Am I saying it wrong? Is it Wonder Boy? And I'm saying it wrong. I think I said it wrong. I think I said Dragon Boy before. I think it's Wonder Boy. I just said Dragon Boy now, so I definitely said it once at least.
you're just thinking of a Tenacious D song.
Yeah. It is Monster Boy. I was dumb. Yeah, it's Monster Boy.
It wasn't either of those things. It wasn't Dragon Boy or Wonder Boy.
No, it was Wonder Boy.
It was Monster Boy, wasn't it?
No. Oh, you're right. It was.
That's okay. You'll get there.
God, it's getting hot in this room. I have the windows closed and I don't have AC, and I have a fan that's off over there, and I'm like just melting.
For our audio listeners, if you heard a loud thunk, Jacob has passed out mid audio.
Yeah, oh my God, I'm dying slowly. So yeah, I mean, I'm having heat stroke right now, so sorry. It's really hot. It's the hottest day it's been in a while. It's finally 90 degrees or in that ballpark today. It was really humid. So. And people are saying fireworks off, so I close my windows.
Oh, fair.
But yeah, sorry, yes, Monster Boy. It was a game that's been out for a few years as well. SteamWorld Dig's an older game too. I mean, we got all the SteamWorld games. I looked at the game. God, SteamWorld Dig 2 looks so much better than SteamWorld Dig 1.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's like night and day difference. Completely different art style. Looks way better. I'm like, I have no reason to even go back.
Not even sure I can. Yeah, I don't think I can go back because I've played 2. So.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad to see more games on there, and they're all some new games, some old games, good mix. At least we got like the RBI Baseball and Just Dance, which Just Dance we knew was coming.
Yeah.
One hand clapping, I think is I really don't know much about that game honestly. But I'm not sure if that's even out. Like, yeah, I think it's a game that's not out. It's indie, but. Let me look up things because I don't do my research ahead of time. 2021 is the release date for that.
Okay.
Okay, I did watch something on this. It looks like a cute indie game, kind of like Gris, almost in that kind of vein. At least that's what it looks like to me based on the thumbnails of the videos I'm looking at. I mean, I'll take any RC cool game like that. I'll play the hell out of it. So yeah, that's that's that story. Now, what? Again, I'm on vacation a little bit next week, so we're probably not going to do a video next week.
Right.
So we
We'll
want to get
probably
ahead
have
of it
1 week
now
off.
and do our Stadia Connect predictions now. We're hoping that maybe if I can figure out something with work, and we have an official time on it now. I forget what it is now. Or did they give it? I want to. I'm not sure if they give us time yet or not. On Stadia. But yeah, we got to figure out what we're gonna do. If we're gonna do a live react to that or not.
I'm hoping we can turn on a video and do a live react. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So, I mean, my job, as long as I don't have a phone call actually scheduled, I'm pretty flexible right now.
My whole issue is I gotta switch over I use the same monitors for work, so I gotta switch them over. It's not that difficult. It's just a little tedious, but
yeah,
because I don't have any switch. Ideally I would get switches up here and still do HDMI switches, but any USB switches.
Right. Sweet. So predictions for July 14th. We've talked a little bit about some of our early predictions. One being that they're gonna bring out PewDiePie. Honestly, I don't know, man. Ninja's a free agent
with all the Mixer stuff now. Yeah, it really throws a real curveball on all of this. If we could do PewDiePie and either Ninja or Shroud or any other bigger, maybe like a.
Oh yeah, I mean,
because Mixer had some good talent there otherwise, but they were maybe not as big as Ninja or Shroud. But if you get a bunch of them,
and a lot of them have come straight out and said they don't care whether they stick with them or not.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think PewDiePie, sure, but I think the possibilities are kind of endless in what streamer they could. I mean,
if they really want to compete, this feature. If they really want to compete, and they're talking about this other platform from Spotify now, is another. I forget what it's called. Brine is like the key code name for it. A Brime.
Yeah, something like that.
That is apparently coming out, and the whole Doc issue with that is Doc got banned from Twitch now permanently.
Right.
So I mean, he could be on YouTube. He's already on YouTube. So I mean,
I think that's a bad move. Be like, hey, this guy got banned from Twitch, but you know what? Here he is.
But we have no idea why. We have no idea why.
True. Oh,
he's a big PUBG. No, but even bigger, he's a big PUBG guy.
True, and he can mouse and keyboard on Stadia.
Yeah, like that would be the ultimate get for them. Honestly, I mean, it may not look good optically, but I mean,
whatever.
People still love Doc, so
right. That would be interesting. Dr. Disrespect, I think, would be one of the crazier things.
I don't think it happens because there's rumors that he's going to this other thing, Brime, which apparently may exist, but I mean that'd be probably exclusively too. So yeah, which is odd because you guys just signed a freaking deal in March. Like, how do you get banned like 4 months in to your contract? This doesn't make any sense. The whole they're not apparently they never say why they ban people. They just do it. So I'm not sure we'll ever actually know. So who knows? Other predictions. Do you think? I think we get a first party teaser.
I would agree. I think we do too.
Do you think we get more than one?
Yes, I think we get 3.
Okay.
Why? I don't know. I just think that they need to come out swinging. So
do you think
3 feels like a solid game?
Do you think they're all AAA?
No, I think we get 2 indies and a AAA.
Yeah, if we're gonna get 3, I think we get 2 indies and a AAA.
Yeah, I think we get 1 AAA announcement. And
I remember at the GDC, I'm forgetting who. I still can't. I should really go back and watch the GDC thing again. It's like a one of those like 5 minutes videos of the Connect, but they had a guy come out and say he's working on a game exclusively to use the crowd play feature. Like the game was built around it. And I'm really curious what that game is, and I'm hoping we see it at this Connect. It was supposed to be their quote unquote E3. I'm really hoping we get that game. Do I think it happens? I think 75% chance we get that game at least shown now what it is. Since the guy was probably working on it for some time going into the GDC thing already, so.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very fair prediction. What the indies would be, I don't know. But I do think we get some more ideas on exclusives. I think we get some dates for bigger games. I do think we get details on Avengers for Stadia. I think they're going to go hard on NBA 2K21 as a Stadia game for some reason.
Every one of them's got that sports moment, right? Come on,
right? And I think theirs is NBA. I think that's the one they want to go after.
RBI Baseball 20 is kind of interesting to me, just because we have the show going multi-platform now,
right?
Starting next year. I'm wondering if the show will make any move to Stadia as well.
I mean, yeah, you have a year to get it done. So
I hope so.
And then, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? I think they talk about 2.0.
2.0 is in the
Stadia 2.0.
The hardware.
Yeah, I really do.
I didn't put it in the doc because I actually didn't watch it. Apparently, and I heard some things that it's not substantiated really, but Stadia Cast, which is probably the biggest of the Stadia platform, like YouTube presence, like is creator presence. Yeah. They've been talking. They have some ins with some devs, and they've mentioned ray tracing for the Gen 2 hardware.
Yeah,
which, I mean, with all the talk about, I even saw someone on Reddit post about like, oh, I'm thinking about building a PC because I want to be able to play Cyberpunk with ray tracing. I feel like I'll be missing out. It's like, no, you're not. Shut up.
You're not missing. I promise.
You're not missing out.
The game is gonna be gorgeous,
regardless if it's ray tracing or not. Ray tracing has not really been mind blowing in any game yet, except for, I mean, control's really pretty, but it didn't like change the game, like how it feels fundamentally. It makes it look prettier. I've been playing games on base PS4, and I think the games look fucking beautiful. And I still think they're gonna look beautiful, I mean, regardless on Stadia, whether it has ray tracing or not. Yeah. I really do think we could. I actually do agree with you. I hope it does have. I mean, does it have ray tracing or not? I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think it'll have ray tracing. It'd be great if it does. I mean, to be on par with the other platforms, to like really be on par spec wise, because that'd be the one they like. Well, it doesn't have ray tracing.
Right.
Does it have hardware? Well, ray tracing. Every game has ray tracing. It's just not hardware ray tracing. But.
Right. Yeah. I do think with all the talk of next gen that they do say something about keeping up. So
I think they one up them.
Yep, totally.
How many flops do you think we get? Which is a dumb number. It's a bullshit number. But how many flops do you think we get? I mean, it's arbitrary number 16. Fuck it. Who cares?
Right. What's PS4?
PS4 I think is 10. PS4 is actually. I think Stadia is actually right now higher than PS4, if I'm mistaken.
Or I'm sorry, PS5 teraflops.
Sorry, no, that's than PS5. No. I think it's 10. It's 14. 14.
Yeah, it's 14.
Stadia, I think, is 10 something.
And then Xbox Series X1 15X. A recent rumor, the rounds of pegs PS5 at around 9 teraflops, which would give the Xbox Series X an edge. However, an old rumor from something in 2019 says it could have 14.
No, you're wrong. PS5 has 10.28 teraflops. That's what I thought. That was 10.
Okay. I think Stadia, and then Xbox has 12.
And I think Stadia has like 10.5 or something like that. It's like Stadia is just above it actually. But the whole architecture of the PS5 is what makes it
16. We're getting 16 teraflops.
Arbitrary number. Let's go.
I love it.
Just so we can say we're right.
That's right. So yeah, 16 teraflops. Let's go.
Yeah, I do think they went up Xbox, honestly.
Yeah.
Because Xbox's hashtag is most powerful console. Like on the hashtag most powerful console.
Right. But that's the best part is Stadia can be the most powerful platform.
Yep.
Because they're not a console.
Well then we're like PC is the most powerful platform because it's if you want to spend a few, if you can spend a few $1,000s and you can have the best platform.
Listen. I can play Stadia on my PC, so boom, lawyered.
What big third party besides Ubisoft? I think I've already said it before. If we don't get it at the Uplay Forward on the 12th, I think we get Uplay Plus announcement. How much of the catalog do you think we get on Stadia?
100%.
I think so too. Actually,
I think they bring out the entire damn library. I think they just come out swinging.
I view it as bonkers.
Yeah,
I mean, I that's a pipe dream, honestly.
I know.
I think at the very least we get a solid like 20 games out on it.
I would agree with that.
I think
That's a
my save. I mean,
reasonable
yeah. If
prediction.
I'm swinging for the fences, yeah, I think I get all of them. I think if we get all of them, it's a bit. That would be what Stadia needs all of them, even though they're all old games, and the whole thing of old games are old on Stadia. I still think they need it. But I think if we get 20 games, I'll be happy as long as they Splinter Cell.
Oh God, I know Nick is never gonna listen to this, but
especially this far into it. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, he may watch this one just because it's our faces.
That's true.
He may get sucked in.
Getting lost in those beards.
Yeah.
I think 20 games is a solid prediction. I would love to see the entire library just come out, but what I really predict is here's the games you can play now. Here's our roadmap for getting the rest out.
At the very least, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So I think that would be a really big win for them. And then in terms of another studio that's like, here we are, we're coming to play.
Do you think we finally get Capcom, or Capcom's been on that board for a while, and we've had some stuff with them importing games to Stadia?
That's a really solid prediction.
And they just
yeah, no, I think Capcom is a great idea, and I think the big announcement that they would say with that one is Monster Hunter World. They've just been all over the
available
MMOs,
today, today. And I think if they did that, then we'd also get confirmation that Resident Evil Village.
Yep. Yeah, Resident Evil 8 I think would be coming to Stadia as well.
Yeah.
I think that's probably our best bet in terms of third-party studios coming over to Stadia and announcing a big partnership. I really only go with Monster Hunter World because we've had a PUBG drop, we've had a ESO drop. They are obviously focused on wanting to get big multiplayer games out there and get people playing together. If we're going to drop this huge YouTube surprise, that would also be a really good way to do it. Come play Monster Hunter World with so-and-so.
Yeah.
I think Capcom is a solid bet. Do you have anybody on your list outside of Capcom?
I mean, I do think we actually do get the Apex Legends on Stadia. I think it finally happens.
You think they'll announce it for fall,
which is still dumb. Which is still dumb. The fact that it wasn't announced at the EA thing is dumb, and if Google had anything to do with it, they're dumb. You want to expand your audience. I mean, people still troll the hell out of you regardless where you post it. So just have it on the biggest platform. People that are interested will be perked their interest, and the people that are haters will still hate. Like whatever. Like that's a game that grabs a lot of people's attention. It's my favorite of the battle royale games out currently. And yeah. I did want to mention. Actually, no, we'll talk about it. I guess probably next episode because we'll actually more information about it. A battle royale from Ubisoft leaked. I forget. I didn't really read into the article very much, but I didn't see anything about Stadia. I didn't really see anything about platforms in general.
What was it called? Space something?
I forget. I should look it up. Ubisoft. I'm an old man.
Hyperspace. Or no, Hyperscape. That's why I kept thinking space.
Yeah, but I don't think they said anything about platforms, did they?
No.
So that's
the team from behind Rainbow Six.
So that could be interesting. A lot of people are also rumoring Rainbow Six we get. I think we get that more. I think that is a Rainbow Six on Stadia is a Uplay thing. I don't think they get that at Stadia Connect.
No.
I think they get a new season. They announced the next season at the Uplay Connect, and it's going to be on Stadia as well.
Nice. I dig that.
The Uplay Forward. I keep.
They're all connects.
Whatever. Yeah, they're all directs, connects,
direct plays. Connect, forwards, whatever.
Summer of gaming.
Yeah. So no, I think that's very fair to announce a new season, and then Apex. I would assume if they announce it on Stadia, it won't be until the fall for Switch.
Yeah, we don't get the new season. Oh, did they? E3 they didn't say anything about the new season. They just said the new content drop. So I could see them. No, they're not. No, they wouldn't do that at a Stadia event. I don't think EA was announced a new season at a Stadia event. I just think we still just get Apex on Stadia.
Fair.
And I don't think we get Squadrons though, which makes me very sad. I just have a feeling we're not going to get Squadrons, unless it's one of the 5 games that the 5 that they mentioned, and then they're just holding it for the Kinect, which doesn't make any fucking sense.
No, that'd be really dumb. Yeah. That's not a game that you hold. Interesting that we won't get Squadrons though. That's
yeah, but all the like CEOs and stuff at EA have been talking about being on every platform, Switch, Stadia, and like they mentioned multiple platforms. Stadia was like the first one on the list. Like, okay, like they're actually taking it somewhat seriously.
Right.
That or is alphabetically the first one. I don't know.
Maybe that's it. Any other big predictions from you for July 14th? Also, I was looking at the calendar. I think our live react would be our next episode since you're out next week.
Yeah, probably.
That's crazy.
Cool. Trying to think. I probably have other things I want to predict, but
you're having a stroke.
Yeah, having a mild heat stroke. I think we get a yearly price.
You think so?
I think it's going to be something. It's not going to be like $60 like everyone else, but I think it's reduced to like something like 80 or 90. Probably 90.
I
don't know. I don't think
I'll undercut you. I'll actually say 80. I almost said 100, but
100's dumb.
You think so?
I think 100.
You get 2 months free. It's $10 a month. It's a round number.
They need to get somewhere closer to the other platforms, otherwise it look dumb. Especially with.
But I think you get more with Pro.
I do.
I mean, maybe not more than Game Pass actually, but
the ultimate is at $15. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's $180 a year for.
Oh, true. Yeah.
For Ultimate, but
I'm gonna say $100
for everything. But I still think
$99.99.
I mean, that always feels good. But I think they go $89.99. I think they give the 3 months free essentially.
Fair. I mean,
and that's good.
I obviously want you to be right because I would rather drop $90 and then not pay $10 every month. So, I'm not going to argue too hard against you.
Oh no,
but I could definitely see.
I understand. I understand why you could say 100. And
yeah. So, in this prediction case, I hope you're right, and that would be nice.
Yeah.
So,
but you can brag about it. And if you're right, then you just brag about it. So
that's right.
I think so.
I was right. I have to pay more money.
I think you may get maybe 1 or 2 more timed exclusives, but I don't think they're anything big. They're like what we're getting now. These games are going to be on other platforms, very clearly, and I think we get maybe 1 or 2 other timed exclusives for the end of the year. Something to the same like of something smaller than Crata, but something bigger than like Spitlings or like something like Wave Break level, I guess.
I think that's fair. I'm expecting 2 Wave Break ishes and then a nice big third or AAA.
No, I'm saying like indie timed exclusives, not first party games.
Oh, timed.
I think Typhoon's already working on a game for Stadia.
Yeah,
I think we may get. I think it'd be dumb if we get something too early for that, but that or a Stadia. I think with Typhoon they were already working on a game. Google liked what they were doing with Journey to Savage Planet, and said we're gonna buy you in this other game, and that's already in development for say 6 months at the time, which is December. So they've been working on it for about a year, housing the show for the Kinect. I think otherwise, I don't know why you buy a company that had a game just go out for not on your platform.
Right.
So, sorry, that's my last big prediction.
No, I'm gonna make you do one more. What is your most off the wall, probably not gonna happen prediction? While you think, I will give you my answer.
Okay.
I'm gonna set the stage for you. They talk about YouTube. They announce the streaming. We've talked about PewDiePie before. Everybody's expecting it. And they say, what perfect game to stream other than lights go out? Suddenly, we see Fortnite characters everywhere. Ninja walks out and says he has an exclusive relationship with Stadia. They're dropping Fortnite on Stadia, and you can jump in and play with him right now.
That'd be huge. That'd be really cool.
And it's cross-play.
I dig it.
That's my bonkers.
But you can only do crowd play on Stadia.
Oh, God.
Stadia exclusive feature. Well, no, that'd be the I don't know how it would work otherwise. Crowd play would have to be on Stadia to get in the queue.
Man. Can you imagine if it was like we're dropping crowd play, we're dropping streaming on YouTube
it's free with, and it's gonna be free with Pro,
and we're giving away 30 days free right now, so you can sign up for free, jump into Fortnite, and play with Ninja.
Yeah, because I do think. I mean, we've talked about it. I think we talked about it before. I think the free to play games are going to be under Pro. You had similar to the old PlayStation style, just because of the platform. You're gonna have to have Pro to play like Apex Legends or Fortnite. That'd be awesome. I can see them doing the same kind of thing with Apex, but I don't know any big Apex streamers, so
Ninja.
Shroud. I think probably the closest one is Shroud, and I think Shroud still prefers PUBG over like all of them, and like freaking Tarkov and these other simi games.
All right.
But yeah, I think you're close on that one. I was gonna say something similar with Doc and PUBG, like I said before, but I still don't think that actually happens.
Yeah.
Off the wall. They buy WB.
Oh shit!
I think they announced that they bought WB.
Honestly, okay, you win in the like pipe dream.
I mean, that's a big pipe dream thing. I think
that is a Gatorade get hype moment.
I mean, all the studios, and then they get some exclusivity for the IP for like a year, like for like a year or two or something like that.
They drop the Batman game right then and there in everybody's face and make it a timed exclusive.
Yeah.
That would be wild.
That's my bold. It's not gonna happen, but
I know. But damn,
yours is more. Yours is actually probably more realistic. I do think I do think eventually. I mean, I don't think the purchase for W is gonna happen anytime soon. The WB Interactive Studios, I should say, but
those deals usually take quite a while.
Yeah, I think you're
fitting, and
I think you're right with the piecemeal. It's gonna be auctioned off into fire sale.
Yeah,
and I think they get. I do hope they buy one of the studios at least.
That'd be awesome.
NetherRealms would be awesome to have.
Hell yeah, NetherRealms would be huge.
Yeah,
and they already played nice. Mortal Kombat 11 is on Stadia. They know how to work. So wild, awesome. All right, well,
we are now an hour and like 15-ish minutes in. So
we're terrible at this.
Oh, this is gonna be a short one. We have like 4 bullets, and they're gonna take us years to go over.
Oh my god. Well, thank you so much for listening to yet another episode of Speaking of Stadia. Please come hang out with us on Twitter at Speak of Stadia. You can also follow Mr. Jacob Porter at Too Tall Porter, and you can follow me at Aaron Cini. Pretty easy to find
actually
us.
on Twitter. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the two is the zeros, not because for some reason someone else is Too Tall Porter on Twitter. So I lost that fight.
Damn.
I tried a few different combinations. I was like, this is the cleanest one I could come up with.
All right. So T00 Tall Porter. Yeah. Mine is just my name. Come hang out with me at Aaron Cini. Also, if you want to come play games with us on Stadia, you can find Mr. Porter at Too Tall Porter, just normal Too Tall Porter, all one word, or you can come hang out with me at A Cini. So we hope to see you on Stadia, and thanks for listening.
And I will say we're not founders, unfortunately, because we suck. But yeah, I'm still the only Too Tall Porter. So.
I'm still the only AC, so it's fine.
I hope so.
Well, you ruined my intro 3 times, and now you've ruined my outro.
Yep.
Until next time.
On brand.
Thanks for listening.